Hey everybody, welcome back to Ultimo Gallos Weekly Wrestling Wrap-Up. And what we got here, I got one pay-per-view, 3 shows, and I want to talk about something that's going on right now. It's kind of connected to this first thing I'm talking about. But first, we're going to start off with, as you know, I've mentioned before, and I've done a video about, I have WWE Network right now for 3 months for free. I don't like putting money in WWE's pocket. I have issues with Vince, some of the talent that works there, some of the stuff they do. So, you know, I'd rather not put money in Vince's pockets, but if I can get the network for free, I'll watch it. And also, you know, I got friends that have it. I'll go watch stuff at their place, but let's get started. All right, first show, NXT Takeover Wargames 2019. That would be this past Saturday. I forgot it was even coming on. I started it up. When I turned it on, the Women's Wargames match was just starting, so I just rewound it and started off the first match. So, first match, Angel Garza taking on Isaiah Swerve Scott. Now, both these are guys I've watched before, and I know them under different names. Angel Garza is Garza Jr. I remember him from Lucha Libre. They're pretty sure he had a little stint in TNA Impact. And Isaiah Swerve Scott is Shane Strickland. Killshot in Lucha Underground, and then Shane Swerve Strickland in MLW. Matter of fact, wasn't he the first MLW champ in this new iteration of MLW? Okay, match. Both guys are good. I don't know why they didn't let Swerve keep his name, because, I mean, Shane Strickland's just a great name for a wrestler. And same thing with Garza Jr. Just call him Garza Jr. I just wish the match went a little bit longer, but still, even then, it was a 2.5 out of 5. You know, it's a good match. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see a lot of the War Games back in the day. I didn't get to see a lot of NWA, Jim Crockett, WCW pay-per-views. I didn't get to see a lot of pay-per-views. The ones I would get to see, like, is either the video stores got them in, or there's a guy my dad worked with who got all the WWF pay-per-views, and he'd record them, and Dad would borrow the tape. I get to watch them. So, War Games is one of the things I enjoy it, but I don't have the connection with it a lot of fans my age do. But this is the women's one. We got Team Ripley, which is Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox, taking on Team Baszler, which is Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kay Lee Ray. Now, going into this, I'd never seen Kay Lee Ray wrestle before. I'd seen Dakota Kai, but I don't think I've ever seen Tegan Nox wrestle. Of course, Rhea Ripley, I've seen her a couple times. Candice LeRae, you know, I'm a Joey Ryan fan. I used to watch the Joey and Candice show when it was on YouTube. Io Shirai, I've seen once or twice. Baszler a couple times. Bianca Belair, seen a couple times. But, you know, it's War Games. So you got the people in the cage. They send them out. Well, before she can even get in the ring, Dakota Kai just attacks and beats the living shit out of Tegan Nox. So this is after Rhea and Candice are both in the ring. So they're down 2 people. So it's going to be, you know, 4-on-2. Really, really damn good match. My biggest complaint with it is that Candice does a reverse Rana from the top to the ring on, was it Io? I think it was Io. And you see it happening, and the camera angle is out. You never see the impact. Like, you don't see him hit the mat. And I'm like, what? And it's like I said, first time I saw Kay Lee Ray, and she's pretty good. And I just love that, you know, you get Kay, and she's from the UK as far as, I don't know if she's British, Welsh, Scottish, Irish, I'm not sure. But I know she's from the UK. I like how we get Kay Lee Ray, and then there's Kylie Ray. You know, the lady that was in AEW for a very short time there, and then worked a little bit at Impact, and now seems to be working a little all over. But decent little match, 3 out of 5. Worth watching. And if you don't have WWE Network, but you have Hulu, the takeovers are on Hulu. They have NXT and they have the takeover, so you can watch them on there. And that's where I've watched, before I got the network, that's why I've seen 1 or 2 of these takeovers. My fingers annoying me there. Then we get a 3-way match. And we're going to have, you know, Pete, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne taking on Killian Dane and Damian Priest. I'm like, oh, it's Punishment Martinez. I enjoyed Punishment Martinez when he was in Ring of Honor. So I'd like him here. The winner gets a shot at Adam Cole at Survivor Series, which was the next day. And this is my first time seeing Punishment Martinez, Damian Priest, since he left Ring of Honor. Really, really stiff-ass match with Pete Dunne ended up winning at the end. But my thing with it is that it was good and stiff, but it needed a little bit more selling. That's something I've noticed nowadays. Like the art of selling is kind of disappearing a little bit, and I kind of blame that on the Young Bucks. To me, they're kind of everything that's wrong with modern wrestling. To me, I understand why they got a huge fan base. I understand why people love them. They do some pretty spectacular, amazing moves, but they don't sell. 2.5 out of 5. Not a horrible match, but could have been better. Then we got Matt Riddle, bro, taking on Finn Balor. Wow. Damn, this was great. Riddle throws some, brutally stiff kicks. They were so stiff, it's like, man, that hurt Balor, but that hurt Riddle, too. Good back and forth. Balor, this is the best I've seen Balor in a long time, because I used to watch him when he was in New Japan as Prince Devitt. Really impressive wrestler. He came to WWE. When he came over, I was still, because of Friends Watch, I was still catching Raw every once in a while. So on SmackDown, and he was okay, but he lost a step. Now he's went back down to NXT. Motherfuckers, he's going for it. I guess he's more motivated now. I don't know. Maybe, being stuck in that quagmire that is the mid-card, mainstream, main roster WWE was just not working for him. He knows NXT, he's not, that's not going to happen. Ooh. But good back and forth. Almost the best match on the card. Almost. 3.5 out of 5. Balor ends up winning. Really, definitely, if you got Hulu or WWE Network, watch this match. And then we got our main event, which is Team Champa, which is Tommaso Ciampa, motherfucking Keith Lee. Been a Keith Lee fan for quite a while. Got to meet the man when he was still just basically working Texas. And I was impressed as hell. This is a big old motherfucker. 300-some pounds. He wrestles like he's 120. And super, super nice guy. Very, very humble, very polite, super nice. Dominic Dijakovic, which it's Donovan Dijak from Ring of Honor. And they have a surprise guest member of their team, which they didn't reveal till right at the end. That's Kevin Owens. Taking on the undisputed era of Adam Cole. Fuck yeah, Adam Cole. Bobby Fish. Fuck yeah, Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly. Fuck yeah, and then Rod Strong. Boring ass Roderick Strong. Technically, dude's good. I'll give him that. Technically, he's pretty good. It's just he's boring as hell. I mean, especially in this undisputed era, he's he's going out to have ice cream and all the places offering vanilla. Where the other three are these great flavors ice cream with sprinkles and peanuts and all that stuff in it. Maybe a little Captain Crunch put in there, and then you got a little cup of vanilla. Like the little vanilla cup you got at school, with the peel lid off, and you lick the lid. That's what Rod Strong is. And I get why he's got fans. Like I said, technically that's great, but oh man. This was amazing. It started off with Ciampa and Strong in there, and then 5 minutes later, Kyle O'Reilly ends up entering. Loving that Kevin Owens was a surprise guest. Sadly, it got spoiled for me. I was watching it, and I had to look up something about the show. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, fuck. I wish I hadn't had that surprise spoiled for me. And, it says here in my notes, really, out of the 8 guys in this match, 7 of them are really good. Then you got boring as hell Roger Strong. But he's just really bland. Nothing about him stands out to me. He's improved a lot since Ring of Honor FIP days, but not enough to make me give a crap about him. Team Ciampa ends up winning a really, really, I don't know if I call it the best War Games match I've ever seen, but one of the, it's in my top 3. 4 out of 5. Damn good, damn good match. Worth seeing if you just watch, if you only watch anything on the show, watch that. But oh man, it's so fucking good. And overall show 3.1. That's a really good rating for a show. 3. This is probably one of the highest rated shows I've had besides maybe PWG 2018 Bola Night 3. I think that might have had a little bit higher. I've pretty much decided because of Hulu having NXT Takeover, I'm just gonna start watching the takeovers. I've tried watching weekly NXT and it's okay, but it just doesn't catch me. These are worth it. These are worth it to me. So that's the first show. Let's see, what's my next show on my set here? And I'm kind of doing these in the order. Okay, this one, I don't have the episode number. This is WoW, the season finale. This past Friday, there was 2 episodes. My DVR only got the first one. I've got the second one sitting on I found it on Access on Demand. I've not got it watched yet. I just watched. Matter of fact, I just watched this last night. As I'm recording this early Thanksgiving morning. It'll probably be up late Thanksgiving night, but I just watched this last night because this is one of the shows where my father enjoys WoW, so I'll wait till he's got a chance to watch it with me. We start off with the Psycho Sisters, which is what? Razor, Fury, and Mesmeralda taking on Chantilly, Chella, I think's her name. Sassy Massey. Boo. Boo. Sassy Massey sucks. And Keita Rush. Now, during part of this, the crowd's trying to cheer on, I think it's Chantilly, and they start going, whoop, 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 whoop. So I'm like, oh shit, Marty Scurll's gonna come out. Marty Scurll didn't come out. The match starts out pretty good, and I'll give the Fury this. Girl is amazing. Brutal, fast, got a unique look to her. Was it Harlow O'Hara? I think maybe her name outside here. Really good. She's probably the best wrestler in this match, and she's the one I could see like going somewhere past this. Like ended up, in AEW. In fact, AEW, why ain't she got her signed? She's a lot better than Shit Baker. Then, the match is going good. It's got my attention. Then Sassy Massey enters the ring, and my interest just goes, meow. Maggie? Like I forgot. That noise makes you... Okay. Sassy Massey, Alicia Edwards, Eddie Edwards' wife. Nothing about her. She's boring as hell in the ring to me. She's so skinny and so small. Like, I think my dog could whoop her ass, you know what I'm saying? And, like, nothing, like, her punches look horrible, her kicks look horrible, and the moves she does look good. She's just not good at all to me. The Psycho Sisters end up winning when the lime green-haired one, the skinniest of the Psycho Sisters, because there's two with green hair. You got Fury, and then I think her name's Razor. She hits one of the worst sling blades I have ever seen. It's a short-on clothesline sling blade, and it's not good. It looks like she just went, like, this is the person, and she just went, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they should just break up the Psycho Sisters and let Fury go solo. I don't know. 1.5 out of 5, and that it would have just been a 1, but the 0.5 is because Fury was so good for the first 3 minutes of the match, really good, and then Sassy Massey enters in that horrible sling blade. All right, our next match is the Disciplinarian. Not a fan. Versus Raia Reyes. Raina Reyes is really improved. That first season when she was Azteca, she looked awkward. She looked like she didn't, I don't know how, she just looked really awkward in the ring. She's really improved. Got a unique look to her. She's fairly tall, got these long limbs, does really decent kicks. And seems like she's really trying, like she really wants to improve. And she's another one where I think with like give her some time, let her, give her about another year or two working like WoW and some other groups, and then bring her up to like AEW, Ring of Honor, MLW, WWE even, NXT, one of those, maybe hell, go do 2 years and go Stardom for a little bit, Stardom, something like that. Raina does this really nice, she does a lot of arm drags at the beginning, like 3 or 4 in a row. But she ends up going on the top rope and has Disciplinarian's arm and does a rope walk arm drag. Kind of like, Undertaker does the old school, as they call it. And she looks really impressive doing it. And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And she ends up hitting, Raina ends up hitting her Sky Twister press off the top rope for the pin. The thing about it was, Raina is decent. But Disciplinarian is so bad that it kind of kills this match. There is a bit in here where Disciplinarian's partner, which I can't remember her name now, she carries one of the big long-ass rulers, the big wooden rulers like the teachers use to point shit on the board. Oh, do they still do that? I've been out of school for so long, I don't know. And she breaks over Raina. She's trying to hit Raina with it, and Raina ends up ducking into Disciplinarian. Disciplinarian sounds like she just got hit like a cast iron skillet. It's like, what the hell? I got hit in the back, and it was one of those rulers like that that had the metal edge. I got back when I was in 9th grade. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Curry? My math teacher, Mr. Curry. My algebra 2 teacher. It was one of those days I was sick. I didn't have the flu, but I had like a bad head cold, so I'd taken some cold meds. And I had him right after lunch. So I took the cold meds at lunch, going to math class. Well, I just fell asleep. I'm sitting there doing my work, and I just kind of put my head down and fell asleep. Well, he came by to wake me up. And he didn't mean for this to happen, but he's going to tap me on the back with the ruler, and he tapped me at the belly, and when he did, I jerked. And it cut my shirt a little bit. No big deal, but it cut my back, and I started bleeding. Not a lot, but he freaked the hell out. And that's what, that looked like, when he did that, that was more damage than what this woman did to the disciplinarian. I say she sold it like she got hit with a cast iron skillet. I wish they just get rid of the disciplinarian. I remember back in the old days, while they had a different woman playing the part, and she was a lot better than this woman. And I wish Raina would get more matches against people. Like, she had a match, if I remember right, against like Tessa Blanchard this season that was really good. 1 out of 5. Horrible match. Then we get what ends up being the main event of this episode, and it's kind of cool, WOW's been doing their tag team title tournament. And it's been fairly entertaining. They got some decent teams, Well, it's coming out to the final two. We got Havoc and Hazard, the Monsters of Mayhem, taking on Fire and Adrenaline. Fire is also known as Kira Hogan. She works in Impact. Adrenaline used to be Diamante, who used to work in Impact. And it was kind of neat because, Havoc and Hazard, both bigger girls, both taller, more powerful. And Kira and Diamante are like the speed. They're just a little bit smaller, a lot faster. Good back and forth. Probably one of the best matches I've seen in WoW so far. Really good. Even my father was watching it. He was impressed because there's a part where Kira put... excuse me. Was it Kira? One of the two put Havoc up on their shoulders. It's like, wow, because Havoc's... 5'11", and I'm betting she's 250. She's probably more than that. Big old girl. And she got her up. And what surprised me was Fire and Adrenaline ended up winning. I didn't expect it. I figured the Monsters of Mayhem would win, and they would, like, next season, that would be the big thing, I figured the Monsters of Mayhem would probably cheat to win. And there's some great parts in here like, excuse me. Havoc has Kira Hogan in a camel clutch, and she's using her arm to make Kira wave at her partner. Havoc just get the little things, and yes, I know about what she said, the really bad racist joke she said quite a while back. This is one where I'm separating the art from the artist. But really good match, 3 out of 5. Bad thing is that because the other two matches on the show were not that great. And after Kira and Diamante win, 3 people hit the ring, and it says X on the shirt, and it's Malia Hoska? Oh, God, what is her name? Hoka? It's the Asian wrestler who's been around for a long time. I can't think of her name now. Her and like 2 of her trainees, they hit the ring, they issue a challenge. Overall, the show got a 1.84, and that's just because, got 2 matches on here that get, a 1.5 and a 1. But definitely, if you have access on demand, or, a way to see this, watch that main event. Watch that tag match. It's worth it. The next episode is going to have the one that I got sitting on my DVR right now. I just got to get a chance to watch it. It's going to be the Beast versus Tessa Blanchard for the title, and this is the season finale. And there's something I want to point out, is that out in the crowd, the Thunder Sticks, you see like sporting events, there's WoW Thunder Sticks, and they make great noise. Why is more feds not doing this? My understanding is that Thunder Sticks are fairly cheap to make, like extremely cheap to make. And, sell them for a decent price, It'd be a way for feds to make money. So any promoters out there watching, make some Thunder Sticks. Kids would buy them, just a little idea. All right, what we got next here? Oh, okay. Up next, Ring of Honor TV, episode 427. This is from the Ring of Honor experience. We'll let the fans vote on stuff. Like our first match, it was the people involved were Shane Taylor, Rouge, Matt Taven, and Dalton Castle. And the fans got to vote on who was on what teams. So we ended up with Shane Taylor and Rouge, which is the Ring of Honor World Champion, Rouge, and the Ring of Honor TV Champion, Shane Taylor, taking on the 2 former Ring of Honor World Champions, Matt Taven and Dalton Castle. And I know online, especially at one specific forum, people just hate on Matt Taven. It's become like a joke that's been running around. Oh, he's so boring, blah, 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 blah. there's some fairly loud chants to start a match for Taven. I enjoy Taven. He's not the best, but I enjoy him. Good match. Roosh hits that really badass running double knee he does. I'm really enjoying Roosh. I hope he sticks around, but who knows? Who knows how much Ring of Honor is going to be around? There's a bunch of stuff going down. I might talk about that at the end of this. How long this video ends up going. But towards the end there, it's Shane Taylor and Dalton Castle in the ring, and Shane just hits his brutal-ass headbutt on Dalton. It looks like he just knocked Dalton out, and he ends up getting the pin. 2.5 out of 5. Fun match. Excuse me. Nose itching. Definitely worth checking out. Now, this next one was not a fan vote match. You got Ryan Nova of the, was it Samurai Spirit? The group with Showdown, was it Shadow Shinobi Squad? The group with Cheeseburger and the other, got the little bitty guys, the little scrawny guys, taking on Dak Draper, the Mile High, what the hell is he? Mile High something. And Dak Draper ended up winning the top prospect tournament. I didn't see that. And dude is huge. Like, I think they claimed he was like 6'7". He looked, I mean, of course, anybody against Ryan Nova is going to look big. Ryan Nova's small. But some real highlights of this. Dak hits his gut. He has a gut wrench, like bear hug on Ryan Nova, and he converts it into a gut wrench suplex that looks really, really nice. Nova's got some really good kicks, like really good stiff kicks. But of course, Draper's so much bigger. He uses size and strength advantage to take control. Dak Draper ends up winning. 2 out of 5. Kind of a skippable match. Then we got our main event, and this is for the for the Ring of Honor 6-man titles. Now, oh man, I've got sweat running down my nose. It's Thanksgiving Day, and it's hot. The climate change is not happening. That's just some bullshit made up, But we got the current Ring of Honor 6-man champions, the Villain Marty Scurll, whoop whoop, the Frankenstein Monster Unleashed PCO, and then of course so like I said, Brody King's injured, so they have a surprise. Somebody added they said the Ring of Honor committee chose this person, and it's Dan Maff. And they said something like it's been 12 years since Dan Maff had been in Ring of Honor, and I have not seen Dan Maff match in a long time. My understanding is that he left because he had issues with Homicide, and basically told him either it's me or Homicide, and they're like, we're going to use Homicide. And they're taking on the team of Colt Cabana, Boom Boom, Jeff Cobb, and Cheeseburger. And you get some great stuff in this, like Cheeseburger taking on PCO, and PCO's just like, hit me on the back. I love PCO's Frankenstein gimmick. When I was watching this, my mother was out here, and she was doing something else. She's like, why is he dressed up like Frankenstein? She even caught on just looking at the jacket and everything. But man, Jeff Cobb gets in there, and it's him against Dan Maff, and it's just like two big old massive, like, bulls just butting in each other. You see the nature videos of the Rams headbutting. That's what it's just like. They're smashing the shit out of each other. It looks like, when you were a kid, and you had your action figure you want to fight, you just kind of smash them into each other, like, blam, blam. That's what this looks like. It was so good. Maff ends up getting the pin on Cheeseburger. 2.5 out of 5. Fun match. Decent episode, Ring of Honor. Got a 2.35. And that's just because the Dak Draper Ryan Nova match was only a 2. But, worth checking out. Ring of Honor. I know Ring of Honor catches shit. People give Ring of Honor shit. And they rightly deserve it for the behind-the-scenes shit. And I hear a lot of people complain about this new format. It's just a bunch of clips and trying to get you to join Honor Club. I enjoy it because it's a 1-hour show. And I know every week I'm going to get at least one good match. Give you at least one match every week. Sometimes more than that. It works. It works for me. All right, and the last show I'm covering. This ain't going to take long at all. NWA Powerrr episode 8. Now, this is the first episode after the stuff went down with Jim Cornette where he made the joke that was racist and in pretty poor taste. Now, there's two schools of thought on this, because there's only one match this week. It was an empty arena match between the Question Mark and Zane Dawson. It was a crap match. It lasted about 3 minutes. It killed every bit of momentum the Dawsons had going for them. The only part that was kind of cool was it after the match, they're making the Dawsons read Shakespeare. And then you had like an interview with Melina. You had a decent little video documentary on Thunder Rosa's MMA match, which made me even more of a Thunder Rosa fan. And the rest of it was just like, hyping up the pay-per-view, and they announced, what the main event's going to be. It's going to be Nick Aldis defending the NWA World title in a 2 out of 3 falls match against James Storm. What I don't get is James Storm just lost the NWA national title to Colt Cabana, so how did he lose that title but gets a shot at the world title? I don't get that. I'd rather have them had, and I know they said that when Tim Storm lost that match in the first episode, he wasn't going to get the challenge for the world title anymore, but figure out a way around, because the crowd is behind Tim Storm. And I'd be so happy to see Tim Storm main event a pay-per-view. As I said before, Tim Storm's one of those guys that back in 2013. It was whenever Traditional Championship Wrestling just hit the Pursuit channel. I started watching. I saw on there, he was working for Bayou Independent Wrestling, which runs the town I live in. And I started seeing Tim live. I was like, dude, he is really good. He's not an amazing wrestler, but he's a good all around. He knows how to work. He can pull out a good match on almost anybody. And plus, he's a super nice guy. Just really, really nice. I'm so happy for him. When he won the NWA World title, I was like, fuck yeah, Tim Storm's got the title. And then I go online, people are just ragging on the guy, And I'm like, have you ever seen a match? No, but he sucks. How do you know he sucks? You've never seen a match. I kind of got defensive about it because, I got to know Tim, and he's, like I said, super nice guy. If you go look on my channel here, there's a pile of Tim Storm matches. One of my favorite matches I've seen live, and probably one of the best ones I've seen live for an independent show, was Tim Storm, who was I think he was the champion, the NWA National Champ, taking on John Saxon, not the actor, the wrestler, in a tape fist match that went all over the Lincoln County Civic Center. And it was a great match. Great. And so it's on my channel here. It's one of the most viewed matches that's not a woman's match. But yeah, this Question Mark versus Zane Dawson, 1 out of 5. Show gets 1 out of 5. Now, there's two schools of thought on why there was only one match on this. One of the schools of thought is that they had matches they didn't want to use because of the Jim Cornette commentary on them. Another one is that Billy Corgan didn't figure it out right and didn't get enough footage shot to fill up the 9 episodes that are going to air before they have the next set of tapings in the pay-per-view. And that's what they're claiming. I don't know. I just know when it started up and I started realizing it's just going to be a clip show, I was really disappointed. I watch Powerrr every Tuesday. Usually while I'm eating dinner, I'm sitting there eating dinner, watching Powerrr, and I'm like, man. I was like, okay, Question Mark versus Zane Dawson, empty arena match, okay. It might be entertaining. And then I got, like I said, maybe a 3-minute match that was just, ugh. And I was like how they're building up the Dawson to this. And why was, because, yes, I know the crowd is cheering in Question Mark, but Question Mark's aligned with Aaron Stevens, who's a heel. The Dawsons are a heel, and this is old school. You're supposed to be old school wrestling. Back in the old school wrestling, you didn't have heel versus heel. It rarely, if ever, happened. I mean, in my memory, the first big, and you just like you didn't have face versus face. The first big face versus face match I remember, there was probably some before this, but the first one I remember from mine, it was WrestleMania 6, whatever WrestleMania was, Hulk Hogan, WWF World Champion versus Ultimate Warrior, WWF Intercontinental Champion. I think that's 6. Yeah, first, so why? I don't know. Now, the Ring of Honor thing, and the other thing I want to talk about because it's connected to NXT. The Ring of Honor thing, I'll go ahead and do it first. Joey Mercury has quit Ring of Honor, and he's been released and letting out a lot of information online about just bad things. Like Ring of Honor has no concussion protocol. Kelly Klein had one, and they wanted her to still wrestle. She's been let go. They're basically going to let her set out her contract because she talked about this online. They don't have like medical staff at their shows, so Alex Shelley, who's trained as an EMT, is doing that. They have not re-signed Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor's contract ends in January, and they don't plan on re-signing him. one of the people in Ring of Honor is not a fan of a lot of the wrestlers. It's just it's a real shit storm. And I hope this doesn't kill Ring of Honor, because I don't want any wrestling fed really to close. Even the ones I don't like, I don't want to close, because if the wrestling fed close, that means that's one less place for the wrestlers to work, one less place for them to make money and get exposure. And I do enjoy Ring of Honor. Now, the NXT thing. On NXT, you have... Give me a second here. Okay, sorry about that. My nose was really, really itching. I had to pull the mask off for a second. But NXT TakeOver, you have 3 announcers. You have Nigel McGuinness, former Ring of Honor World Champion and worked in TNA. Had to retire, so he's a commentator. You have Beth Phoenix, former WWE Women's Champion, wife of Edge. She's a good little commentator. You have Mauro Mauro, who's, done boxing and MMA, announced he worked for New Japan for a while. He's been working for WWE. The guy has bipolar. I also have bipolar. So there's sometimes with bipolar you just can't handle things. And my understanding is that Mauro is that his bipolar is really bad. Well, Corey Graves took a shot at Mauro on Twitter, and Mauro basically walked the hell out, was not there for Survivor Series the next day, and yesterday, as of taping, yesterday was Wednesday, Mauro had let them know he was not showing up for the NXT tapings. It got to him that bad. And the guy has, with bipolar, you go from manic to depressive. You don't, sometimes when it's active, you don't control your emotions. You'll start crying for no reasons. And Corey Graves is just a piece of shit for doing this. And he issued this non-apology where it just, I don't know. And it pisses me off. And something else I want to say about this is that on various forums, I see, especially one that I won't name, I see people just going the hell off on Corey Graves, about how horrible it is and he should be fired and all that. And here's what I want to say about that. All right, I agree. He should be disciplined for that. I don't know about fired, but he should be disciplined for that. But these people are like just vicious about this. And it's like, okay, it pisses you off that much? Quit supporting WWE. Quit putting money in their pocket. Quit paying for the network. Quit buying merch. I don't care for a lot of stuff WWE does. I don't like how, the Saudi shows. I don't like a lot of stuff WWE does. So I try not to put any money in their pocket. I don't watch Raw. I don't watch SmackDown. I don't really even watch NXT, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay for the network. I got it free for 3 months, and when 3 months are over, that's it. I might, if there's a way for me to get it free again, I'll do it. But I don't like putting merch. The WWE merch you see, like my Talking Matt Hardy figure and all that stuff. All this stuff was bought at discount stores on clearance, or bought secondhand. WWE DVDs I have that I sell at shows, they're bought secondhand, so the money is not going to WWE's pocket. If you hate WWE that much for what Corey Graves did, quit putting money in their pocket. Quit supporting them. I don't care for some of this stuff, like some of the policies and stuff that Chick-fil-A does, and once I found out about them, I don't eat Chick-fil-A anymore. To me, in my eyes, if you're that upset about it and you're still supporting them, it's kind of hypocritical. But that's just the way I see it. But hope y'all enjoy this. This was a longer one. I didn't expect it to go this long, but it was. So, as always, if you enjoyed it, click that like button. Give me that thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings to give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment, and a comment just says, "Hey, Gallos, you suck." That's cool. Ain't gonna upset me. Subscribe and, share the links. If you think you got a friend and you think, hey, they'll enjoy watching this, share the links. If any of this sounds interesting to you, like, Ring of Honor, all that, if you look in the description, if you watch this on YouTube, look in the description. I linked to where you can watch all this stuff for free, if there's a way to do it. Like, Ring of Honor, there's a couple ways to watch that for free, NWA Powerrr, and the other ones, like, Wargames Takeover, NXT Takeover Wargames, WWE Network, or Hulu in the States, stuff like that. And that's it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and finish this up. Pew! Let me summon the furry monster. Come on, Mags. Okay, Maggie. Now you turn around. You gotta tell everybody. You want to tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving? Look at the camera. Look at the camera, babe. Oh, you sleepy. She's sleepy. She just got up. Everybody say Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Get you some turkey-flavored treats, maybe. Yeah. Well, for me, Ultimo Gallos, and Maggie here. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a great time with your family and your friends and your loved ones and all that. Try not to eat too much. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.